This has to do with the HEA Drug Exclusion Act, HEA 1185, also known as the RISE Act. Basically, what this bill, I'm going to give a little background.
Don't talk to me like a lawyer. Talk to me like a regular person.
I'm trying to give the background for the students.
The RISE Act is actually the bill to repeal.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So,
my bad.
1184 is the RISE Act.
Now, the HEA drug exclusion, what this bill states is if anybody is arrested while going to college or even before going to college, within 1 year of their arrest, they lose all rights to federal financial aid through scholarships and grants. Is this law, in your opinion, or its goals, an effective way to combat the war on drugs?
A long answer? No. It's a stupid law. I mean, what else can I say about it?
Why, in your opinion, is this law stupid?
I'm saying we have 100,000 other stupid laws in this country. We have people who don't argue issues on facts, they argue on emotion, and you have politicians who are afraid to stand up and say, you know what, not putting people in jail for this type of crime is not soft on crime, it's good over the long term. There are idiots on Chris's side, and there are idiots on my side. And I don't think those idiots should take control of the situation. Unfortunately, many times on both sides I have. I think it's a stupid law. If I could be any clearer, I would.
I agree, and because I saw some people's heads going losing financial aid. So just to sort of explain, the idiot who was responsible for this law is a guy named Mark Souder. He's a congressman from Indiana, what this law says, for those who don't know it, is that if you are convicted of a drug offense, you automatically become ineligible for financial aid for at least 1 year. It depends on the nature of the offense. If it's a
I thought it was just a marijuana offense.
no, all drug offenses. It's all drug offenses. So if you have a single possession conviction, you are ineligible for at least a year. 2 convictions, 2 years. 3 convictions, you're ineligible for life. If it's distribution, 1 conviction, you're ineligible for 2 years. The second conviction, you're ineligible for life. Since this law was basically snuck in as an amendment to, or not even an amendment, it was snuck into the original language of the Higher Education Act, which is a massive, about 450-page bill that regulates all financial aid issues in this country. It was put in by Representative Mark Souder, who was the chair of the Education Committee back in 1998 when this was put into place. It started being enforced back in 2000, and since then, just under 200,000 would-be students have been denied financial aid as a result of a drug conviction. So this is a very serious issue. To give you a little bit more clarification on it, however, thanks, I would say, in large part to the work of my organization and our coalition partners in the Coalition for Higher Education Act Reform, we did get Congress to scale the law back last year. So the law now no longer applies to students who had a conviction prior to going to college, and now it only applies to students who are receiving financial aid at the time of their conviction. This is going to allow tens of thousands of students to now go back to school who otherwise would have been ineligible last year. We think this is major progress. There is, as Dan mentioned, the bill, the RISE Act, Removing Impediments to Students' Education Act, that would repeal the bill outright. More importantly, the entire Higher Education Act is up for reauthorization later on this year. We're very hopeful that the chairman of the education committees in both the House and Senate will remove this dangerous and destructive language from the bill, and if you're interested in getting involved in helping us in our efforts to repeal this, please go to our website, schoolsnotprisons.com. We have a big banner on the top of our website where you can just make a couple clicks. You can send a letter to your member of Congress asking them to support repealing this penalty when the Higher Education Act is up for reauthorization later this year.
By the way, let me clarify. I have no problem with someone who is trafficking in any drug and making a profit at it, if they know the rules of the book, and losing their financial aid. What I have my problem with is people who are arrested for use or possession only.
And the problem is most people who are denied aid, it's simple possession.
I
The
agree.
majority are
Chris,
marijuana possession convictions. And to put it in context too, and this is more education because I know we actually agree on this, drug convictions are the only convictions that will cause you to lose your financial aid. So if you're convicted of murder or rape or aggravated assault or arson or battery or any crime other than a drug conviction, they can't even ask you about that on the financial aid form, and yet you have to answer if you've been convicted of a drug offense, and if you answer truthfully, you will be denied your financial aid. This is an insane policy, and I hope you'll join our efforts to repeal this policy.